It's Friday with DJ and BRANT. And DJ, you got another fantastic guest.
Yes, I do. This is Dr. Robin Uri, and I call her Dr. Robin because that's easier. And but this woman came into my life this year and has been a tremendous blessing. She is a wonderful welcome partner representative because of the fact that she attends everything, she participates, she's online with us. She does it all, and she had me come in so I could even try her services and find out how she does adjustments. And I don't know what you can get better than an A+.
Hey, wow.
In everything. And this woman has she's moved 3 times since I've known her. And her husband's had surgery. She's moving her practice, all kinds of things. It's in the same place, but she's growing. And I am just so amazed that I get to know and be friends with Dr. Robin Uri. So why don't you tell us what makes your practice different from others?
Well, I think that there's a couple of things that set it apart from others. Obviously, the first and obvious thing is just my adjusting style. I do a method called activator methods. It's all instrument adjusting, and it's very tailored to the exact person on that exact day. So no two people get the same adjustment. You might get a different adjustment today, tomorrow, and Friday. I could see you every day and find something different. So it's not a one adjustment fits all. It's very, very tailored to you. It's very, very controlled and precise, which makes it very effective also. And so there's that part of it. But you know what? I think the thing that I'm most proud of that sets me apart is that I get to spend the time getting to know you. I get to spend the time listening to what you have to say, and hopefully have the response that is necessary in each time and place. So I know that, nowadays we all are so busy. All the doctors are so busy. We get, and I've been in that place before too, where we get a limited number of minutes to spend with the person. And that doesn't always give us time to actually sit and listen to what you're saying and really get to the root of what's going on. So I'm very proud that I get to do that now.
I've heard that about you, Doctor, and I haven't got to meet you until right now. But I'm happy to meet you because I need to see you as well. When you talk about these adjustments and instruments and such, I'd never heard about that before. And about 15 years, that was kind of a new thing. Some of the instruments that were being introduced 15 years ago. But when other people could not help me, even with a soft, what they call soft touch adjustment, I was able to, I couldn't even walk. I had to use a cane. I twisted my pelvis, but there was certain instruments that were used. It was new technology at the time. And some people are afraid of the unknown, but folks, I want to encourage you. If half of what I'm hearing about Dr. Uri is true, don't let something new bring fear or apprehension to you. I'm a believer in really good quality chiropractic care, especially with some of the new technology. I would not have been able to walk again had I not gone to who I went to, and they were using some new technology as well. And I've heard that you, I've heard that you use great technology, but also that you really do listen, and you don't prescribe things that people don't need. Wow, that shouldn't be a rarity, but in this day and age, when there's such an incentive to over medicate or over prescribe, Dr. Uri doesn't do that. And so I'm excited to see you. So some of the instruments that you use or adjustments, whether it's strictly by hand or adjustment tables, what are some of the things that you're using right now, if I can ask there, Doc?
You know what? I keep it very, very simple. My job is to be the best that I can at giving you that perfect adjustment. And when you bring in too much static, it gets in the way of that perfect adjustment. It gets in the way of me being able to, again, listen to what you're having to say. It gets in the way of my being able to observe what's going on with you. And so my job is to keep it simple, do that specific adjustment. Right now I'm working on getting a nice motorized high-low table, but you know what? I've got a simple flat bench and I've got my activator, and that's the equipment that I have. But the bigger tool that I have is the observational part of the adjustment and knowing when to adjust and when not to adjust.
Wow. Wow. And you've been doing this for over 20 years as well. I'm at your website, powerwithinamarillo.com. It's powerwithinamarillo.com. And very impressive, very user-friendly. There's even a map there. You can also fill out a contact form as well. But I am looking forward to booking my appointment as well. And it's so good that you got your phone number up there, as
All the
well.
Important things are right there.
There you go. There you go. There you go. Wonderful.
I've got to explain what's been going on here. The mowers are here.
I can't hear it. I can't hear it.
Okay. And so Dale was trying to very gradually get Dixie to get out of the office so that she wouldn't bother the recording. And so that's why I popped up a while ago. And the reason I've been smiling is because Dixie's almost been in my lap because she thought that Dale was trying to hurt her with a treat.
Okay. Oh, that's all. What, you know what? I've just been.
I wasn't laughing at what Robin was saying. I was having an episode here. And, but yes, and she is so thorough and she's connecting with people in the community. And when she told me she'd already been practicing for 20 years before that, I just couldn't believe it because she looked so young.
Yeah. Yeah. What did you start as a teenager in the Appalachians or something? I'm joking. I'm joking.
My youngest child just turned 20 the other day.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Wow. Wow.
You don't look it. You don't.
Well, I like how you put on your website too. And again, it's powerwithinamarillo.com. But when you're talking about your bio, you chose the name Power Within Chiropractic because your favorite thing about chiropractic care is when you remove the interference from the spine, maximizes the communication signal from above, down, and inside, and releases the true power that our Creator intended our bodies to experience. And blood flow is so important. When there's you gotta clear the paths for that, and inflammation. There's a lot of things you can do, but sometimes there's some things that only good chiropractic care, along with an anti-inflammatory diet, can help. A long time ago there was this.
Can I interject for just a second?
Please do. Yeah.
So the blood flow is very, very important. But even more important than that is what controls your blood flow is the nervous system flow.
Ah.
We have to remove that interference of the nervous system flow because your brain is the master controller. And if that brain can't tell the body what to do, then nothing else is going to function correctly. So we're nervous system doctors. We need to remove that interference from the nervous system so that everything can function like it should.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, I tell you what, we need to get her on camera talking about all that as well. What are some of the main things that people are afraid of when they're resisting getting chiropractic care? Is it the old stereotype, I don't want to I don't want to go to a bone cracker, until they find out that no, that's not always the situation. A good one's, not about that. It's about literally, again, as you say, helping the communication with the nervous system, different vital areas of your body so you can function. What are some of the myths about chiropractic care?
Two of the biggest myths are I'm going to get injured. There's that story out there, and I'm not going to talk about who likes to spread that story because it comes from different places, but there's that story that they're going to get injured. Okay, the chance of there being an injury during a chiropractic adjustment is like 1 in 6 million. Wow. Adjustments, and there's that many. I mean, there are millions of chiropractic adjustments delivered every day.
Right.
But the only one you hear about is the one incident that may or may not have injured somebody. I mean, the chances of being injured by an adjustment are way lower than being injured by a medication. So I'm just going to put that out there. And the other one is, if I start going, then I'm going to have to keep going. I'm going to get sucked into something, and if I just don't want to get it started, because if I go, then I'm going to just be stuck there the rest of my life.
Well, I'm glad that you are dispelling that myth. And I had actually heard about you. I really have. I mean, I don't say it's something that's not true on these interviews, but I have, man. She really listens, and that's very, very important. Have you ever been somewhere, folks, where you feel like you're an interruption to their day? That's not the case with Dr. Yuri. She really cares about you. She cares what she does, and she'll listen to you and prescribe the right things or things to you. Do you ever give suggestions with diet or things like that? Or references or referrals for people that are needing to bring down their inflammation in their body?
Oh, absolutely. That inflammation, decreasing that inflammation is key in everything, not just musculoskeletal problems, but heart problems, diabetes, any disease process that's happening, there's inflammation involved somewhere. So yes, it's very important. I do talk about nutrition and diet and things like that. Obviously, I'm not the expert in that. There are other people that's their focus. So my simple thing is, we got to cut the sugar out. And we got to eat good quality food. We got to eat good food that's got a lot of nutrition in it. And then, sometimes we do need to supplement because we don't get that nutrition out of our food anymore. So, but like I said, I can talk about the big concepts there, but when it comes time to really spending more time doing that, I do refer to the nutritionists, the ones that I really trust doing that, because that's what they do. And then I can go back to focusing on the adjustment itself.
Well, DJ, another fantastic guest. So glad that we got to meet Dr. Yuri face to face, Facebook to Facebook. And for those who watch It's Friday on Channel 10-2 and other platforms as well, just another great person in Amarillo, doing great for the community, doing good for you, doing good by you. Another good association to welcome, partner. Thank you, DJ.
Yeah, you're welcome, partner. And with Dr. Yuri, again, I have been on her table, and I can tell you that she's gentle. Nothing was hurt, nothing was injured, and it was a good experience, and I learned a lot from being there. I recommend her.
I'll see you soon there, Doc.
All right. I appreciate you guys having me on, and thank you for being flexible with my schedule. It took us a while to get here. So I do appreciate you guys.
No pun intended. Being flexible with Doc Yuri. So hey, there you go. She's flexible so that you can be flexible too. I don't know. All right. Have a good one. We'll see you later. Hey friends, this is Brant. Years ago, I discovered a secret that enabled me to navigate this reality, to live a fearless life, free from anxiety, where nothing was impossible for me. That's how I live, and that's what I want for you. If you want to have a fearless life, free of anxiety, to live in joy and success and fulfillment, walking out your destiny and living out your purpose, you got a better chance of doing that if you read The Red Pill Prophet on Amazon.com. Get it in your hands. The Truth of the Red Pill Prophet on Amazon.com. It's Friday with DJ and Brant. And here we are, DJ, another lovely guest.
Lovely inside and out. This is my friend, our client, that has such a heart of service. This is Maria Garcia, and she's with Uniting Parents. And Maria and I have been friends quite a while, all century. And we met through Panhandle Independent Living Center. We were both on the board there. And so we've teamed up, and we've been able to do some neat things together, and I've gotten to know her better. She's very fond of first responders, as you and I are, Brant. Wow. And so we're going to talk a little bit about the program. And Maria, why don't you take it away? And if you want me to change the pictures behind me, I will, since you sent them to me, and I can pop out of the picture. Watch this.
Oh, wow.
Well, let me just start by saying thank you so much to DJ and to Brent for doing this, to give us an opportunity to talk to our community about services for families of children with disabilities. I manage a couple of programs, one called Uniting Parents and another one called the Families Respite Program. Both of those programs serve children with disabilities or chronic medical conditions in the Texas Panhandle. We service children under the age of 21. We do that by providing case management services. Now, what I love about Uniting Parents is that it is a parent-to-parent organization. So we here at Uniting Parents are parents of kids with disabilities, and that young guy in that picture with the yellow t-shirt, that one's mine. His name is Joe Garcia. He's my youngest son. His sister is next to him, Linda, and then some buddies of his. This is at the annual Buddy Walk. So a shout out to the Panhandle Down Syndrome Guild. There's lots of service agencies out there for families of children with disabilities. It is Uniting Parents' job and mission to connect families to those organizations, so families don't feel alone, they don't feel isolated, they don't know where to go or who to call to get services for their children. So my parent case managers are trained moms who know about resources both at the state, federal, and local level, so we can partake that information to our families and help them access exactly what their child needs. Now, sometimes children have insurance needs. There's no insurance, so our case managers will help families access insurance. There is an insurance product out there called Children with Special Health Care Needs. It is a state-funded program for specific disabilities in the state of Texas. And all you have to do is be a resident of the state of Texas, meet some eligibility criteria, and your child has insurance coverage. So we help with that. We also help with educational advocacy, helping parents understand what services they can get through the school system, maybe identify some services that they hadn't thought about. And also help families understand their child's disability by doing some research and education for them. And we also do workshops throughout the years, either through Zoom, through webinar, and we have an annual parent conference called Route 66 Abilities Conference. I put that on every year so that families have an opportunity to come together, network, talk to one another, and learn from one another, and then listen to some great speakers, Brett. This is something we've been doing now since 1991. Uniting Parents got started at a small home health agency called Amarillo Area Hospital Home Care. Then later on through the years, the hospital started to merge and sell, and we went under Baptist Hospital, then Baptist St. Anthony's, and now we're part of the Coalition of Health Services and been with them since 1997 when they incorporated. The Coalition of Health Services is a nonprofit organization serving families throughout the Panhandle. We probably serve over 2,000 families in a year through all the different programs at our agency. Everything from, we have grants from the state, from the federal government, local grants, all trying to help families educate their children, educate mothers, first-time mothers, helping them so that they have the resources and the tools that they need to be the best parent possible and help their children along the way. Because, you know, our children are our future. And so we've got to provide the services and the education that the families need so that they can take their children forward in life. So I'm real pleased. DJ is showing a picture of my Joe and Ashley buddies since I want to say probably kindergarten, grade kids. Our kids grow up, they become adults. So part of my job is also making connections with other agencies so that our children have a future. We're always looking for people to employ our young adults who become adults and taxpayers, and we can't do that without our local community. So part of what we've been doing at Uniting Parents is bridging those agencies in the community that hire employers with families, and so that they can connect. We've been doing workshops on transition for many years, how to transition into post-secondary education, how to transition into the world of work, how to transition into other services that our children might need. Now, we also have a program called the Families Respite Program. And the Families Respite Program allows families to take a small break from their child by leaving their child with either a loved one, someone that they've hired and they feel very comfortable with, because sometimes raising a child with disabilities is overwhelming. I know it was overwhelming to me as a young mom with 2 other girls. And I just felt overwhelmed sometimes, didn't know what to do, and couldn't pay a lot of attention to my girls because I was having so many doctor's appointments with my son and therapy appointments. So the Families Respite Program gives parents a break so that they can take a little break from their special needs child and be able to do something for themselves or for their other family members.
You know,
We-
this is a
Right.
lot like having, you know, a loved one that has Alzheimer's or has any kind of special needs. You do need a respite time out. And personally, I've really enjoyed getting to watch Joe as he has grown, because he was a little boy when I first met him. And I keep thinking of him and Kaylee and how successful they have both become in all that they do. And I love it when you bring Joe to the networking breakfast too. And that's always a big joy. And he gives the best hugs and he's a good dancer.
What's a good way to support this? I want to encourage everybody to go to the Facebook page,
Yes.
Parents United Amarillo. And of course, you know, we'll have the website information on the bottom of the screen, but what a wonderful thing for families and children and parents, a great resource. What all ways can they support this and get behind it?
Well, sure. We love to get referrals from the community because we don't know all the families that are out there that need services. So you can help us by submitting a referral to Uniting Parents or to the coalition. If you know there's a family in need and needs some support, we might have a program that matches them and we can connect them within our nonprofit agency. So referrals are always welcome. The other way that you can support is if you see that we're having a workshop or an event and you would like to be a vendor, an exhibitor of your services, if you provide services to children, to families, to young people with disabilities, this is a great opportunity for you to come in contact with the families out there in the community. And finally, we're always looking for donations for the different activities that we host. We like to do special events for our families around Christmas time. In the summer, we go out to Wonderland in Lubbock. We have swim events for our families, but we also host a lot of educational support groups. And those support groups help us be able to give some good information to families on topics that they're requesting through surveys. But please visit our website, We also have a toll-free number that so that people can contact us with throughout the state. And I have a resource book that I print every 2 years. It's called the Children with Special Healthcare Needs Resource Handbook. And that goes to print every year with local, state, and federal programs, Medicaid waiver program information, recreational information, educational and advocacy information. And if you're an agency that serves children and your name and number and your service is not in my resource book, please give me a call. It might have been that I just don't know about your organization, because in this field, we're constantly learning and researching to try to get services to individuals. So that's another way that you can help us. And I also have ads in the resource book, and that helps with the printing of the resource book, because it's my dream that we get that resource book into the hands of every parent, every child that needs services, every doctor's office. Here's a copy of it.
Very good.
A resource book right here. And like I said, this is printed every 2 years. So we'll be printing this again in January to go out. It is also found on our website, so you can look through it. You can download it. It's not a secret. We want it in the hands of parents. We want it in the hands of social workers and nurses who are attending to our kids. It's a team effort. We can't do it alone. I'm just one part of a multiple wheel with spokes that are trying to gather everybody together to serve our children. So
Thank
our
you.
toll-free number is 888-892-2273. And so you can contact that number or go to our Facebook and look at the activities there. Now, what's different about my Facebook than most Facebooks is that I feel that my Facebook is more of information to families. So yes, I will post workshops that we are hosting. I will host conferences, activities we're doing. But if I find that your local organization is hosting something that is relevant to our children with disabilities, to our families of kids with chronic illnesses, then I'm going to post that on my website so that families know about you. So that it can include utility assistance, that can include information about the food bank. It could include a trunk or treat that's coming up, sensory screening friendly movies, anything that maybe families would like to enjoy or could really utilize. So that's how I envision my Facebook and how we post information out there.